So now that I've got the first part of the recipe done, I'm going to take everything off and whip my egg whites. Okay, now I'm going to start the meringue part. And I want to put that in there with my wire whip, turn it on, and start whipping it up. What I usually do on meringues is I let it break the egg whites a little bit, and then I'll put a little bit of either cream tartar or salt. And what that does is that strengthens the egg whites when it makes the meringue. Alright, so I just added a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt to strengthen my meringues. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring over the first part of the recipe and get it all straight down while I'm keeping an eye on my meringue. And put everything in there. Alright, so my meringue is just about there. And you can see as I lift this up, and you can see it just stick in there. All right, that's what you want to look for. Okay, now I'm going to go and I'm going to put the meringue in here in two different parts. A little bit and stir it up. This is like a little bit and a lot recipe. Okay, half of the meringue, and I'm going to fold them. I'm going to turn my spatula and fold it in there. And the reason is because I don't want to break the meringues. Okay, turn it and turn it over. Turn it and turn it over. Okay, and then once I see that my meringue is incorporated, I will go to the rest of it, because this is really a small recipe. There you go, the rest of the meringue. Same procedure, turn it and fold it. Turn it, fold it. Turn it, fold it until all of it's incorporated. Okay, and once all that's incorporated, I'm going to pour it into my cake pans. This recipe, by the way, makes 2 10-inch cake rounds or 1 bundt pan perfectly. Okay, now I'm going to take my 2 10-inch cake pans that have been floured and buttered. That's the old-fashioned way. I really like it that way. All these sprays that are out there, you know, it's my luck that I pick up a garlic spray to do my pastries, and so that's why I don't really want to do the sprays. I like this way better. This is what I was taught on. So I've incorporated all my ingredients. I folded in my meringue, and now I'm going to pour these into the 10-inch cake pans. And this is really, it's really nice batter, nice and fluffy because of those meringues. Put this in for 25 minutes, and we will check it at 25 to see how much more time it needs. Okay, so you can see that the 25 minutes didn't quite do enough for us. You can see it pulling away from right now, but you can still see the sugar in the middle. And so we're going to leave them in for about another 7 minutes. Okay, so we gave it another 7 minutes. It turned out perfect. Put a toothpick in to do the taste test. See if we get any wet batter. Nothing. Okay, and you can see around the edges as it's starting to pull away. That's a good sign that your cake is done also. And the other one, same thing. Pulling away from the side. And we'll let this rest probably about 5 minutes. Scrape the side and then turn it down to a sheet paper. And what I like to do when I turn these cakes out on the sheet paper is put a little bit of sugar on the paper, because what happens, it acts like elevation. It makes it like sand. It just keeps it rose off the paper and gives it another chance to cool and to keep it sweet. Okay, we just turned the cakes out onto pastry paper lined with sugar, granulated sugar. Turned out really nice, and you'll see them when we decorate it, make a coconut cake out of them. What I like to do when I turn out cakes, no matter what flavor it is I like to make a simple syrup. And as soon as they come out, just brush them really nice with the simple syrup. Simple syrup is 1 part sugar to 1 part water. And just boil it until it clears. And then you'll have simple syrup, and you can leave it as long as you leave it covered. You leave it uncovered, you'll have rock candy. So I've added the vanilla and I've added the sugar. And we'll wait for it to get into medium heat. And just a little sidebar on this whipped cream recipe. I came to Texas in 1972, the month that the airport opened in May, to work at a restaurant that brought me out to Texas called the Magic Pan. This was the first time I ever made whipped cream. And also the first time I made butter. Okay? Because if you over whip the whipping cream, you'll get butter. But don't throw it away, because what it'll do is it'll separate, okay? And you'll pull the butter away from the water, and you'll have some perfect butter for pastries, okay? It's already sweet, it's already got vanilla. So that's just a little nostalgia. I was a head crepe assembler at North Park. Wow, that almost sounds as good as his executive chef. Okay, we have some whipped cream. Okay, this is gonna go on the coconut cake, and we will finish it with fresh coconut and maraschino cherries. Now that we've got the cakes out of the oven and the whipped cream made, we're gonna assemble this my coconut cake. Like I said, this is a perfect cake for Mother's Day or any other holiday because it's nice and light and refreshing. I'm gonna put fresh whipped cream in the middle. Spread it on there. When you put your cakes on there, put the pan side up that you're going to serve, because that'll help you keep it straight. We have the cake done, and now it's time to garnish. What I've done with the maraschino cherries is I've taken them, they're stemless maraschino cherries, or stem. If they're stem, you can leave them on because it makes it look pretty too. Either one you want to do. And I bleed them into a paper towel. And then all I'm going to do is put this like a clock. 12 and 6, 3 and 9, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 1 for the middle, And the reason I do that, and a lot of places will do the 12 o'clock clock on the top, is because that designates a cake slice. Okay, so that's my finished product. I hope you enjoy it, and let us know if there's anything that you're trying and have enjoyed it. Okay, and remember, all the ingredients are in the description box below.